Good evening, all. Sean Jones with TFD back again after my little coffee excursion and slash break slash making sure Facebook doesn't just end my feed for 1 hour or because of 1 hour passing or something, which I don't understand, but okay, whatever. We were looking at a pretty cool troll slash demony creature. Super creepy, super great. Very excited about how the piece is turning out so far. A lot going on in it. But right now, we're going to move you over to another phase. So what we're working on right now is something that's important, kind of very crucial, and also kind of tedious, but I'm going to show it anyway just because this is all part of the process. It's going to go into the time-lapse. All of it's going to be involved in the time-lapse once I get it all done too, because this one's going to be another time-lapse video. And what I'm doing right now is doing palette picking. So I've moved it over to my Retina display monitor, which is on my iMac. I have a drawing screen, but the gamma on that is just a little bit not in tune with what it actually shows. So a lot of times I do color comparisons on my iMac screen. So now I'm looking directly at my iMac screen, and that's right below it is my art screen. And you're going to see my art screen in a second. I'm going to share that over. So basically, I have to select from Pantone colors, and then those get moved into a CMYK color space, which means that they kind of like change and shift a little bit, but they're close enough to the gamut that the people are looking for who design the guns that we get some pretty good fidelity for the most part in most instances. We've had our kind of backs and forths on some of the guns. I'm sure some people can tell you some stories about that. But generally speaking, we do a pretty good job of kind of coordinating now, based on the fact that I'm kind of being a little bit more mindful of being color coordinated. So one of my color coordination things that I would do before, I would just start out with colors and just kind of smudge them on in. And these days, what I find has worked really well is to start in black and white and then do overlay colors. I did experiment with doing some more straight colors, but picking from a Pantone palette. So we'll see how that turns out too. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty fine. The guys over there at Planet Eclipse are amazing at picking things out. So I really appreciate everything that they do and can't say enough about it. So anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Get you back on the screen. So there it is. The big money. Our hellacious creature here doing its thing. And our little guy who's not really doing very much right now. It's kind of boring over there. I'm going to change that later. But right now, you can see I've got my Pantone Solid from the Legacy swatches. I've got my Pantone Solid coated bit put right down here. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm looking for specific color palettes. Let me look at my layers, make sure I'm in the right place. Yep, I've got my layer selected. So now that I've got that pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and select this first black square that you see there. This is kind of my palette picking phase. So I kind of start looking around, scrolling down. I like to fold out my colors a little bit more. And kind of just starting to try and pick out like what's going to be the right sets of colors to use. And right now I've kind of determined that I want to be picking out of some of the greens and yellows of a certainty. So I'm gonna pop this guy in, and as you can see over here, it populates, and then I just kind of fill it, and then I move on to the next one. But before I do that, sorry, I gotta look at my selection. Like I said, kind of tedious. Not necessarily my favorite part of it because it takes a little while to get all these things done. If I hold the mouse over here, it tells me what Pantone swatch that I'm looking at. And, you know, after taking a second look at it, I might want to move over to this one. There we go. Because I want some lightness and brightness in certain very high contrast areas. So that one is Pantone 393. And I'm going to break this palette out here because I don't want to have to keep switching back and forth between palettes. So then I already have these pre-written numbers from the last set that I did, so I'm just going to go ahead and recycle those, so to speak, just save myself the effort. Excuse me. 393. C. There's already a C there, don't need to do that, and we are done with that. Don't push that, and don't push escape. If you push escape, it just goes away. Alright, so now we got that. Alright, and now I'm gonna kind of go to a more saturated yellow. Probably this one. Oops. There we go. Okay, and then that's... Hey, and if any color experts are out there who can tell me why things are labeled the way they are in the Pantone color space, like why they do any of these numbers in the ways that they do them, because it's like not necessarily sequential, but they're assigned a number for some 3955. 653955. So there is like some sequencing to it, but I just don't understand the scheme behind it. That's all. You guys, let me check my comments here. Yeah, so this is the less energized portion of this as I pick out colors for the evening. And then after this I might be done, but I don't know. It just kind of depends on how quickly this goes. So I'm going to probably stop talking. I'm just going to start moving along, trying to get these picked. Stop it.
The world ain't what it seems. You ain't never seen the world's most fearsome fighting scene. When you're a little bit older, you realize the meaning of being useless as a foot soldier. Yo, my lines will have you sauce, pizza rhyme, and you know what it is, trip pizza time. You realize eventually come around, that's rotunda.
375C. Mainly I'm labeling these so that the Planet Eclipse guys, if they need to make a correction or kind of see what I was trying to do, they can go back and actually look at the straight Pantone swatch. So I think that's going to cover it for the greens for the time being. White and black, they don't really care if I use. Like, white is just actually the color of the gun. So it's kind of why I'm designing on a gray space at first, too, in line art. I don't really want to go too much further than that. I am going to throw in just a couple of, like, ugly, kind of like ugly greens and stuff like that, because this guy is not, he's not essentially really pretty. He's kind of gross looking. Just trying to get a feel for what I want here. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, I like that barfy, mustardy yellow. That's gonna be Pantone 606. Go. You know, I think to speed this up, I'm actually gonna grab a piece of paper and write these down, starting with that one. C. Okay, move on to the next one. So we don't have to deal with all that back and forth, and maybe we can get to some more art, because that's what this is about. 618C. So once I've got kind of more of these picked out, oof, yeah, that's good. C. Okay, so I think that's gonna be good for now. Maybe a warm one too, although that would, oh, that could be transitionary color, I suppose. Alright, we've got 7408C. Alright, now we're going to move into yellow base reds, orange base reds, those types of things. These are all like kind of magenta and pink, but that's what I've got to work with. That kind of looks good. Still a little magenta. Red 032C. C. Yeah, still a little pink. .485. Okay. Ooh, some fleshy color. Yeah, that actually might be super freaking helpful too. It's just some light pinks and stuff. What is that? 486C. So like, yeah, some of them are in sequence and then all of a sudden they'll just pop over to like another number. Like this one's probably going to be in sequence, I would imagine 487, right? The last one was 486. But there we go. Then you like just move on to the next color set, and I don't know where the line breaks, but here, all of a sudden you're like in the 5,000s, and I just don't understand how that goes. So if anybody does, let me know. Alright, I'm going to leave that other one. I might need more colors, but that's going to be a good start. So this kind of gives me some idea, and they look a little kind of pinkish and pastelish and stuff, but they're going to be kind of overlaid over some like that. So once that's done, we've kind of got our palette there. I'll write in the laters later off of off screen, of course. And so now it's back to drawing. And I think I'm going to shift focuses here to this other little sketch that I did. Which means I'm going to move this back over to the other screen. So I apologize if things get a little weird here, but I'm just moving things over. Oh, now it's gotten itself attached to the...
This song goes out to all you people obsessed right now with learning IoT, MQTT, home automation, and messing around with that like little $30 computer. Yeah, it's Pi Day, fools. Not a real Pi. Not a day goes by, I can say no lie, that I don't hop in my Raspberry Pi. Hit up a sleeve of YouTube tutorials, now it's falling into place like a little choreo. Everything's covered wall to wall like parkour. Started off small, and now I'm getting hardcore. Every single day, I'll be getting more smug. Home Assistant IO be my automation hub.
Gotta get it to the right size for my monitor, so I apologize, guys. Bear with me. It's late night. Nobody's watching anyway. It's fine. And if you are watching, thank you. Alright, OBS, I need you. I need you, OBS. Alright, so now you're going to see a little bit of the fun infinity effect that we get here until I switch screens over. There we go. Okay. And now, of course, everything's shrunk up. So
It's not a real pie, so please don't eat it. Do it for the pie, do it for the pie. It's not a real pie, so please don't eat it. Do it for the pie, do it for the pie. It's not a real pie, so please don't eat it. Oh no, the night's out. I'm about to turn yo lights out. Cause it's past 10, own tracks as we're home. So the lights turn off from the location on our phone. All of my lights, they be the right side. Got a night bright that turns on at the notion of my finger when I swipe right. And if it's date night, I gotta set the mood, man, for no reason at all. Cause I gotta be that dude, man. Ha, creepy, I know. It's just all up in my guts like GPI-Yo. Flow like Nile, watch her like Giles. Open VPN, all of my files. Got machines having combos, MQTT. Bruh, automation makes it beat too easy. My homie John's gold, like C3P. Oh yeah, my code's fixed, now we in completely. Everything's a sync, I guess I caught it Unity. Snippets of code from the Hash web community. Started off like I'm trying to learn Tamil. Now I SSH nano, type it in my YAML. Lines, I'll do it. Temperature control it. You're the one who broke into my house, I'll know it. If you wanna ride, Amazon gotta holler, man.
So I did this one, did both of those, these bits of line work, originally in pencil on my couch, like while I was working. Sometimes you need to shift your workspace a little bit, like I'll go to a coffee shop or something like that. But generally speaking, my rule of thumb is that I try and stay at least near my computer so I can go ahead and throw things, out there as quickly as I possibly can. Ooh. Jacob, you're back, man. More punishment. You had to sit through me picking colors and crap. That was less than entertaining. So, to be real honest here too, this guy, I like him, this pose, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be the one I keep. Might though. Alright guys, so anybody who's watching, I'm going to throw it out to you. What do you think this dude's weapon should be? Like, should it be just something completely berserk? maybe some sort of just nuts super serrated double scythe cleaver thing.
Destroying rappers like Judge Doom, killed that, Marvin Act, cutting them like sword and axe, that dip running through Toontown, these Looney Tunes, companies can't stop that, havoc, that independence with suspense, like a villain, black trench, creating inventions so greater, for the haters, never need, no tactics, who frame, Roger Rabbit, throwing lyrics out like javelins, spazzing, animated individuals, rubbing their head, pitiful, saluting A1 generals, whatever matters, competition, imposition, opposition, contract for contract, I'm more of that, just fall back. Characters, no scavengers, they cartoons in art rooms. Artists, I'm a star in this. Top notch, just check and watch. Live quick, I spit quick. Animation reality, destroy the town, they mad at me. Independent like wheel spinning. Water machine, time machine, melt down, they head down. In Toontown, we come around, we rush out, no doubt.
I'll put this rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip.
I'm gonna temporarily get rid of that eye candy up there for two reasons. One, it's messing with me. But two, I want to focus just on this guy right here.
Funny but my ears tall. Got a lot on my plate, dog. Only thug rabbit out here in Toontown. Baby Herman, put the knife down. Pop a weasel for my peoples like clap clap. Giving haters dirt naps. I got a girl and she always got the carrot cake. It's an interspecies romance. Real rabbit shit. Roger be mobbing all day. With Mickey Mouse making that pay. Them cartoons from back in the day. Just do what we show in his face. He'd probably be after our day. The dippy be letting it spray. I won't believe it. I can't believe it. I shan't believe it. No way. Cause Roger Rabbit don't play. Doing donuts all day. With Andy Valiant, we all about it. You best get out of our way. You know I'm putting in work. These fools about to get murked. With that acetone and that turpentine and that benzene going berserk. Roger, Roger Rabbit, Roger Rabbit. Box office smash like I'm Roger Rabbit. You 3 dope shorts like I'm Roger Rabbit. 1 buck 2 like I'm Roger Rabbit.
I'll put this rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I'll put the shoe up in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I'm mobbing with the weasels, we can dip Toontown into a ground. This rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I'll put this shoe up in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I'm mobbing with the weasels, we can dip Toontown into the ground.
Soon where Toontown once stood will be a string of fast food restaurants with Bible verses confusingly printed on cheeseburger wrappers and soda cups. Guitar retailers with wonderful, overpriced prosumer gear. As far as the eye can see, my God, it'll be beautiful. Check out the Squire Strat I got for $200. What a bargain.
I'll put this rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I'll put the shoe up in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I'm mobbing with the weasels, we can dip Toontown into a ground. This rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I'll put this shoe up in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I'm mobbing with the weasels, we can dip Toontown into the ground. Baron Von Rotten, Baron Von Rotten, Baron Von Rotten has very bad morals. Baron Von Rotten, Baron Von Rotten, Baron Von Rotten has very bad morals. Baron Von Rotten, Baron Von Rotten in it. Baron Von Rotten has very bad morals. Baron Von Rotten, Baron Von Rotten in it. Baron Von Rotten has very bad morals in it.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
Hey, buddy, how you doing, mate?
Good. We're just finishing up the record. I'm in Berkeley right now.
Oh, that's cool. How's the record going?
It is good. I'm really happy with it. And, you know, I've been listening to a lot of E40 to get in the zone. What did you think of his new album?
Oh, E40, he's awesome. He really represents Bay Area indie rap. You know, he's been around for a while, and he started small, you know, with his East Bay roots, and then he's grown the whole Bay Area and nationwide. And, you know, he's one of the best in the game, buddy.
Chill.
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 Hey, do you sometimes kind of wish I'd gone to law school?
Yo, we about to get into right now, about to cover from A to Z, how I really get down. I'm talking about getting silly, getting wild, happens everywhere, coast to coast. Yeah, I'm talking about that con life. Yeah, I got a delicate balance between what I do for pay and what I do for play. Which would I choose? I don't think that I could say. Sometimes I feel a little two-faced knowing I go two ways. I'm just trying to defy all odds like Doug Flutie. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, I'm trying to strive to the weekend when the con is mine. Pack up my bags, ready, get set, go. Gotta catch my planes, time to jet set, yo. From coast to coast and con to con, like PAX to MacFest to CGF's what we on. Free play, arcades, all slaying, Street Fighter, Walter Beast, I could stay all day. I wish I could gain time or even save time, but like an Apple Watch, I gotta show a little FaceTime. So for a great time and chilling at the same time, get the squad together and get faded with some green wine and say bye. Yo, let me see your hands if you bout that kind of life. Yeah, you heard me, I ain't gonna ask twice. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Let me hear your war, let me see that cosplay. Shout out to the con, our hidden trove and enclave. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Day two, a little party never stopped me, man. I'll be damned. Pop some ibuprofen and toss back some coffee, fam. Seriously faded, gone like Vader. Had to let my force awaken several years later. Looked at the scotch and said, well played. Killed me last night, but now I'm back to life like Edo Sensei. Hit the vendor floor, it's where I spend the core amount of my time and my money, and in the end, but I'm rich in the memories of hanging with my homies, meeting cool cats who never would've known me. Keeping on schedule, man, that's half the battle. Right now, I'm sure I'm late to my own damn panel. So I kick back a Red Bull, now I got wings. Hello, I'm here to talk to you about raps and things. Since you're here, come and kick it with the NPCs. If you chill, we don't care about who you be. Yo, let me see your hands if you bout that kind of life. Yeah, you heard me, I ain't gonna ask twice. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Let me hear your war, let me see that cosplay. Shout out to the con, our hidden trove and enclave. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Now I'm on stage, you know we mobbing, man. NPC Collective, that's my mobbing fam. Back then they had to laugh through a lot of hands. Now we're the ones laughing out here with a lot of fans. One thing I can say is I'm definitely not jaded, but it's the last night, so I'm definitely faded. All they be doing now is flopping on their couch, man. But the con life is awesome, I can vouch, man. We definitely made it, cause we rainy, but we over here as prime entertainment. All my life I have waited for the hip-hop nerds watching metal shred, then rocking DDR with some metal heads. On the final day, sleep's what I lack, and the first thing I think when I leave is when will I be back? Cause the con is the place, don't care what you heard, it belongs to us all, yeah, like millions of nerds. Yo, let me see your hands if you bout that con life. Yeah, you heard me, I ain't gonna ask twice. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Let me hear your war, let me see that cosplay. Shout out to the con, our hidden trove and enclave. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. This is dedicated to all you crazy MFers that I be seeing at every single con. Doesn't matter if I'm East Coast, West Coast, down with the dirty South. That's a ludicrous reference.
This one's for every beautiful has-been. The loves of past, future, and my present, presented to me delicately pressed into a memory. I can feel the brush inside my mind, Painting what one might look like lying on the sofa, and another just plain lying, a previous me crying for lack of proper goodbying. And it's also for you, every person with has-beens. You who filed old emotional baggage into recycle or trash bins. Which one goes where? I guess it depends on where it ends, if it ends. If there was ever really a chance that it's the end of summer, but we can still be friends. My mind is a bit of a museum, art everywhere, you might stop and stare if you could see them. Lucky for me though, you probably never will. They're not exactly painful, but still. I've tried so many times to pry the parchment down with careful fingers, and that's when I see it. Tiny cracks in the artwork, the starts of tears.
Sorry, that's not working out the way I wanted it to.
It's fitting for a haunted house to have art that's beautifully tragic. If Scooby-Doo and crew rolled through my mind, I'd like to think they'd find themselves enthralled by the magic. Long before they ever saw the glow
not snapping
behind the
the way I want
facade,
to.
working my heartstrings and brain synapses at the same synchronized, methodical, odd pace. Hoping to get at me, bring it all back and see. If now is tragedy, past is my majesty. If it still matters to be in the presence of clouds of perfume that could make up the essence of tears, fears, trust, and lust. Beers, jeers, dust, and fluff that could fill in the gaps of my story as I heard it. Pad all the parts that aren't perfect, to blur the worst and cover the worthless, to blot out the parts that I once found disturbing. Convince me the past is uncomforting. Heaven resign my own mind to be forcibly sentenced to wallow inside of the trap of resentment and drag all my effort away from the present. Ups and downs and ins and outs, I come back your last. The smiles or frowns or brand new towns whenever I need rest. I know there's a velvet room with paintings to my left, and a box with slivered pieces of the love from in my chest. Ups and downs and ins and outs, I come back your last. But smiles or frowns or brand new towns whenever I need rest. I know there's a velvet room with paintings to my left, and a box with slivered pieces of the love from in my chest. I think there's a value in appreciation without longing, fondly recalling what you did last summer without needing to check your Instagram. You each played a role, a painting in a gallery, a crucial thread in the tapestry. Sometimes we part ways with the silence of the last few grains of sand passing through an hourglass. Other times, it's with the screeching brakes too slow to prevent a crash. Each footprint in the path, each with the same promise of being the last. Me, I've learned to glance back and gently laugh, or at least give a knowing smile. Because love is all mistakes and perfection in equal parts. And if I've ever seen one, love is a work of art.
Ay, in summer 18 with a six pack. Keep myself real clean, cause she need that. All my homies real fiends, where your kids at? Get us some fun of things, yeah, we need that. My mind's cluttered, but I'm living brighter days. She said she need me, so I call her right away. She said she let me in, I feel the same way. Won't leave her with the money and the fame. All to myself, she nobody else's. All to myself, and she really likes it. Asking for help when she in a crisis. Asking for help and I'm standing righteous. Summer 18 with lots of drama. Summer 18 with lots of commas. Beauty queen and a queen of drama. She needed a king and my kingdom conquered. I know you wonder if I really write this. Yeah, I do, but it comes with practice. It took years just to find my right place. A grown kid with his own new tactics. Run it up, shoot up on his shot. Starting up, bang. You know we hot. Say that I say, but I really just can't. Say that I'm brave, but I'm really just not. Working up on my songs and they banging. Silence my phone, but it just keep on ringing. Labels been asking for demos, I'm famous. I don't need no one else to claim that I made this. Summer 18 with lots of drama. Summer 18 with lots of commas. Beauty queen and a queen of drama. She needed a king and my kingdom conquered. Said I make a meal and they look at me funny, but the funny thing is that I don't need to study. I can see my future and it's 2020, and I made them say, oh, like the new Kid Cudi. Why you laughing in my face? I'm not too funny. Why you say I'm a disgrace? You say you love me. Why you saying in my heart when you really don't? Why you tell me play my part like I really won't? Why you say that you at home when you really aren't? with friends ever. My shoulders are covered in mascara. Keys they be starting a new era. My story don't need a narrator. Summer 18 with lots of drama. Summer 18 with lots of commas. Beauty queen and a queen of drama. She needed a king and my kingdom conquered. Summer 18 with a six-pack. All to myself, she nobody else's. All to myself and she really likes it. Asking for help when she in a crisis. Asking for help and I'm standing righteous. Summer 18 with lots of drama. Summer 18 with lots of commas. Beauty queen and a queen of drama. She needed a king and my king of drama.
This beat is my recital. I think it's very vital to use the force for good, of course. Our Skywalker, that's my time. Here we go. If I were a Jedi, I could out-rap Buster Rhymes. Going in like Qui-Gon Jinn for the win, I could flow in quadruple time. And at the Canadian border, every time I went on tour, I'd be like, this is not the undeclared MC Lars merch that you're looking for. I could levitate like Yoda, I'd eradicate Ebola. I could pick up girls, literally, even master the viola. I could read all of War and Peace in 10 minutes, entirely in Russian just to say that I did it. I could even catch a golden snitch playing Quidditch.
Wait, wrong movie, innit?
Pod racing up the 101, surpassing Golden Gate traffic. R2 on the roof of my Prius, dude. I could FaceTime holographic. I'd play for the A's and we'd win every game. Resurrect Mac Dre, do it all for the Bay. They'd all say, hey, Lars is neato, and always let me cut the line at El Farolito. 2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some Jedi rhyme. So I said this rhyme I'm about to say. I fought the Sith, and it went this way.
If I were a Jedi, bet I'd get all the ladies. I would mac it more than Dumbledore or Leto Atreides. If you try to strike me down, I'll just be more powerful. If I were a Jedi, that would be hella awesome. Singing do or do not, there is no try. Do or do not, there is no try. Do or do not, there is no try. And if you don't believe it, you will fail every time.
It's a trap! It's a trap! Hey! 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 It's a trap!
Alright guys, it is time for me to knock off. It's about 11:28. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a preview of what it looks like so far. I'd love to hear your opinions about it. Let's get zoomed in on this. Full screen mode.
So you want to use the internet? Be nice.
I think it's starting to come together. I don't know about you guys, but if you have any opinions, let me know. I would love to hear about it. Thanks. Have a good night. Once again, I'm Sean Jones from Art of the Sean. My Facebook is @Art of the Sean. You can also reach me on Instagram as @Art of the Sean and YouTube as well. You just look up Sean Jones, TFD Paintball, or @Art of the Sean. You should be able to find me somewhere on there. If you are looking for TFD Paintball and specifically TFD related or paintball related stuff, you can find me at www.facebook.com/TotalFieldDomination TFD for all your paintball graphics and more. You guys have a good night. Thanks again.
Grump or a misanthropic chump, say nice things on